What's up, family? Share a story with you guys. When I was a kid, um, teenager, young teenager, um, my aunt and my siblings and we all went camping, and I think we were at Yosemite or somewhere like that. And I got a 10-speed bike, and um, my sister and I were riding down this hill, and I don't know what I was thinking. Probably wasn't. And we was going down this hill, and I slammed on my brakes for some reason, and I went flying off my bike. My bike, like the front brakes, the front tire just came to a complete stop. The back tire went up. I went flying, doing my Superman impersonation in the air, right? Um, Landed on the inside of my elbows. That hit first, boom, and I just went sliding. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I thought it was like the funniest thing. I jumped up. My sister was like, "Are you okay? You okay?" She was scared. She threw her bike down and came running down the hill to see if I was good. Man, I was good. You know what I mean? I was laughing and just tripping out, just like, man, that was crazy. That was cool. Just dumb. And I got some scars on the inside of my elbows. And funny thing, um, as time, they scabbed up, and I would pick the scab because they didn't like that black scab right there. And so it's like, I just wanted to hurry up and heal. I just wanted it to heal. Stay with me. We're going to go somewhere. And so I thought that if I picked the scab off, it would make it heal better. And I didn't want people seeing that black scab, on my skin because it just. And so I pulled the scab off. I let it heal some. I'll pull it off. But it wasn't completely healed. Even though the scab was dark and hardened, underneath it hadn't completely healed. And it would start bleeding a little more, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's gonna scab over again. Gotta start the whole scabbing process all over. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And that's how life is. That's how life is. You cannot, and I can't reiterate this enough, I can't stress this enough. You cannot rush the healing process. I don't care what it look like. I don't care how you feel. You can't rush the healing process. All you can do is slow it down. All you can do is slow it down. You can't fake the funk and act like you healed. You can't get out there, ooh, hallelujah, thank you, Lord, thank you, Jesus, I'm healed, la 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 la. You know what I mean? You can't rush it. You can fake that all you want to. And that's what the great majority of people do because we don't want to be seen as unhealed. We don't want to be seen as problematic or having issues or anything of that nature because of our ego. You know what I mean? Because of our twisted ego, we don't want to be seen as dealing with some stuff. We just want the healing process to get over with so we can move beyond that. You know what I mean? And so we don't want to be seen as somebody going through the process of healing. We just want to fake the funk and act like we're healed. We just want to tell about, oh yeah, I've healed. I've already dealt with that and whoop. Okay, you could have dealt with that process, you could have faced that process, but now begins the healing process. And the healing process isn't going to go at the speed that you want it to go. You know what I mean? The healing process isn't going to go as fast as you want it to go. And just because you want it to go faster don't mean it's going to go any faster. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's going to go at its own pace. Regardless of what you think, regardless of how you feel, the healing process is going to go at its own pace. And it's going to go at the pace that it needs to go at so that it can be completely healed. Stop faking the funk. Stop acting like, man, I'm good now and whoop and da 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 da. You could do that all you want. You know what I mean? To each their own. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But the reality is something's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna say something. Somebody's gonna do something, and it's going to trigger you, and it's gonna pull that whole black scab off, and you're going to have to begin dealing with that process all over again. You can fake the funk all you want to. Every time you fake the funk, excuse me, every time you fake the funk, God's sitting back like, okay, He'll let you do it for a while, and then after a while, He's gonna like, you know, I'm tired of your arrogance. I'm tired of your ignorance. I'm gonna pull your card. I'm gonna show you what you're dealing with. I'm gonna show you who you really are. I'm gonna put a mirror right in front of you, just so that you can see how messed up, how traumatic, and how trifling and how petty and immature you really are. I'm gonna show you you. I'm gonna show you how damaged you really are. You can sit there and act like you good all you want to. You can sit there and act like everything's fine all you want to. You can put on all your makeup. You can have all the muscles. You can do whatever you want to do to present yourself as healed and as good to society as you want to. Eventually, God's going to pull your card and show you who you really are. And it's going to mess you up. It's going to mess you up because you ain't ready to see that. You ain't really ready to deal with that. But because you won't deal with the issue, He's going to be like, all right, bet. Challenge accepted. Boom. Bye, y'all. This is who you are. This is how dramatic you are. This is how traumatized you really are. This is how twisted you really is. This is how ignorant you really are. This is how messed up you really are. I know you running around here dancing and acting all like that, like you good. I know because you think you got nice pockets and you know you got a nice place to stay, a nice ride and whoop whoop whoop. You got nice bags. You know you think you good. This is how messed up you really is. And it's gonna mess your world up. It's going to mess your world up. People ask me all the time, how do you know when you're healed? Elijah, you talk about growth and development. You talk about, man, we got to face our issues and whoop, whoop, whoop. Man, how do you know when you're healed? How do you really know you're healed? Funny thing, I used to work at a prison and as a substance abuse, anger management, domestic violence counselor, you know, and we get all these staff members that was recovering addicts, and a lot of them hadn't really healed. But this was something that they knew about. They knew about drugs. They knew about all that other stuff. But they themselves hadn't really completely healed. Some of them had, a lot of them hadn't. And because they were no longer on drugs, and they had a few months clean, they automatically assumed that they were healed. And so they understood that, man, it's a process, but they thought that it wasn't an issue for them anymore. They were good. You know what I mean? And then we get in group and we start talking about stuff, and triggers, things would be said, and it would make them like, man, just deal with some real stuff that they hadn't dealt with. It make them process some things that they weren't ready to deal with. They'd overlooked. They ignored. And so now it's showing them, man, I'm not as healed as I thought I was. The reality is, because it's not bleeding like my arm wasn't bleeding anymore, and because there was a scab on it, because the blood wasn't flowing, because it wasn't an open wound anymore, it's easy to assume it's healed. No, that's just the beginning process. But if you're not careful, you automatically think that it's healed. Same thing in our lives. Because you're not dealing with that issue anymore, because you're not doing dope anymore, because you're not whatever the case may be, you can automatically assume that you're healed. Because the pain's not there. And when the pain's not there, it's easy to assume that, man, I've healed. It's good to go now. No, it's not. The pain wasn't in my arm. It scabbed over. But there's still some stuff that needed to be healed. And I didn't realize that until I pulled the scab off. And then it's like, ooh, it sting. Oh my God, what the hell? You know what I mean? And that's how life is. That's exactly how life is. So, how do you know when you're healed? It's a great question. You know when you're healed, number one, when the pain's gone. Not only when the pain's gone, because that can be deceptive. You know when you're healed, when you're grateful for the situation. When you can sit there and talk about the situation in every aspect and it not bother you anymore. And not only do it not bother you anymore, it doesn't have any like or sting or anything. It doesn't make you uncomfortable or anything of that nature. And the conjunction, you're grateful for the situation. What do I mean? It's it's one thing to recognize the problem. It's another thing to embrace the problem, to fix the problem, to correct the problem. It's a whole other level. It's a whole nother dimension to be grateful for all the hell that you just experienced. Grateful because you know that you've learned and grown so much and that you wouldn't be who you are right now had you not gone through that. Had you not gone through what you just went through, had you not gone through all the hell that you've gone through, you wouldn't have the knowledge that you have. You wouldn't have the wisdom that you have. You wouldn't have the insight that you have. You wouldn't have the compassion and understanding and patience that you have. You know what I mean? And because you've gone through all of that, you've dealt with it. You've gone through the process. You've learned the lessons. Man, now you're grateful. Not only are you grateful, man, now you can sit back and you understand that, man, now it's my job to teach others. Now it's my job to take my experiences and help others. That's the full process. That's the full healing process. I've gone through the hell that I've gone through. I've embraced it. I've accepted the pain. I've accepted the hurt. I've embraced it. I've allowed it to scab over, to harden up. You know what I mean? And what I mean by I've allowed all that stuff to happen, man, I've understood the process. I've just gone with the flow. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I didn't try to change it. I didn't try to manipulate it or any of that other stuff. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It can't be changed. And after that, how can I help others? I'm so grateful for it. How can I help others? Because I'm so grateful, man, all I want to do is share my story, share my experiences. Why? For no other reason than to help others. I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not doing it to pop my own collar. I'm not doing it like, well, look at me and whoop whoop whoop. I'm so great and I'm so that. It's not about any of that stupid stuff. You haven't healed. If that's your mentality, you know what I mean? But you're so grateful that you want to use your experiences to help others because you understand, you sympathize with their pain, and you want to help them through the process, through the healing process. You don't want to change the process for them because you understand that, man, I can't change this process. It is what it is. You're going to have to go through this. You're going to have to cry. You're going to have to be alone. You're going to have to pout. You're going to have to do whatever it is you got to do, but you're going to have to go through this. My job is, man, I'll walk beside you. I'll hold your hand through the process. If you have a nervous breakdown, man, you're just going to have to let it go. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Cry, snot, boo hoo, whatever you got to do, do. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not trying to change that. I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to take the pain away. I wouldn't take the pain away. Not because I don't care about you, not because I don't love you. I wouldn't do that because I do care about you, because I do love you. I want you to go through the pain. I want you to go through the suffering. Why? Because I know that it means you well. I know that it's going to teach you some things. Because I know its intent. And I'm grateful for its intent. My job is to walk along beside you to let you know that you're not alone, that I'm here with you, I'm here for you, and that if I've gone through it, then so can you. I don't care how bad it hurts, I don't care how alone you feel, you can make it through this. My hope and prayer is that we understand and we learn to understand and to embrace the process, the healing process. Nothing, nothing, nada, nothing you've ever gone through, nothing you've ever gone through was meant to destroy you. I'm going to say that again. And I don't care what it was. I don't care who did what. Nothing you've ever gone through was meant to destroy you. I don't care what religious fanatic people tell you. I don't care what your ex-boyfriend, your ex-husband, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-wife. I don't care what anybody tell you. Nothing you've gone through was meant to destroy you. I don't care what their intent was. Nothing you've gone through was meant to destroy you. Everything, everything that you've ever gone through, everything you've ever experienced, has always had the purpose of helping you grow and reach your full potential. We have to change our perspectives on life and stop looking at ourselves as a victim. You are not a victim. You have never been a victim. I love you guys. Happy healing.